So I'm sitting right here in front of my phone with the red button, just looking at it, licking my lips. Like, what am I gonna say? Like, what am I gonna get on the internet and fucking say? Oh, well, talk about my work experience. I don't work a dozen jobs during the past decade. I don't work a dozen jobs. Um, the best one so far was valet. Yeah, valet parking. If you never worked valet, that's a nice job. That's a real nice job. You know why? Because you can leave with cash. You can leave with cold cash in your pocket every day. I know I was anticipated to go to work when I had my valet job. It was a good job. It was at a hospital. I was working there during COVID. When COVID started, yeah, I was the one that had to park people's cars and bring them around to them when they running in the hospital with their mask, talking about COVID. That whole epidemic was crazy. Pandemic, epidemic, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I was making bank. I would leave with almost $300 every day. Just parking people's cars. It's a fun job, especially if you know how to drive manual. That's a plus. Yep, hopping in and out of cars, collecting money. Doing inventories on the car. When you park the car, you gotta do an inventory. If any damages are on the car that you didn't put, you gotta mark it down on the little slip, the valet slip that attaches to the keys. Yeah. So basically, when the customer pulls up, you walk up to their car, and they get out the car, and you already know what time it is. You gotta bring the car to the parking lot. Just had a little brain fart. But yeah. So when you get to the car, you hand them the slip that you rip off. It's a paper, a valet paper that you rip off. It has the number on it, and it's the same number on the piece of paper that you rip it off of. Yeah, so you do that. You assess the car real quick, walk around, check for any damages, mark it, If it is, if it's not, don't mark anything. Then you get in the car and you drive it to the garage or the parking lot. Then you get out, hang the slip on the mirror, the matching slip. Then you get out, lock them people's door. Don't touch none of their personal belongings. Lock them people's door. Then you run back up. You give the person at the podium the key so they can lock it up safely in order. Because it's like 5 or 6 other valets that's running cars just like you. Depending on where you're working. Sometimes it could just be you. But at this specific hospital, I was working on the wing where other co-workers were working, like the most co-workers were working at once, like 5 other co-workers. And yeah, after you get them the key, you get back in line. And you wait till it's your turn again to do the same thing. And while you're waiting in line, you might be next up. The customer might come back. Some that needs you to go get their car. So they give the guy the ticket. The guy gives you the key. And you run right down there. Be careful, don't trip. Don't trip. But you run right down there and get them people's vehicle. Bring it right back up to them. And the fun part when they give you get out and you get the tip. That's the fun part, the tip. So it's a lot of adrenaline pumping during this job. It's a high energy job. You gotta be on your feet, you gotta be alert. Can't be damaging cars. That's actually how I ended up. Not working there anymore because of damage. Once you get a certain amount of damage, they gotta let you go. So you gotta be on point with this job if you want to make this type of money. And if you one of the best, they're gonna invite you to do events. Private functions, stuff like that. You get to move up in the company and work with the people that's higher up. I like that job. That was one of the best jobs. So I advise you to go sign up to be a valet if you have experience driving cars. Because it can be very fun and it can be very lucrative. I'm not going to say how much cash I saved up from the job, working in 3 years. I'm not gonna say, but that's on top of your paycheck too. Yeah, you do get a paycheck every 2 weeks, but you get cash every day. And the minimum I forgot. In the beginning, the minimum was like 40. Then it started being 80, 90. That would be the minimum on the worst days. Whew. But it's still cash though. Yeah, you got that. I work there. I'm gonna tell y'all about working at Dunkin' Donuts. I'm gonna tell y'all about FedEx Ground, working for Enterprise. That was one of the best ones too. I worked for Valvoline, Stop and Shop, overnight stocking groceries. What else? I worked for Whole Foods. That was before Amazon bought Whole Foods. I worked in a restaurant, a real high-end restaurant. It's Turkish and Mediterranean. So I was a line cook there. DoorDash, Postmates. When those first started, I was real hungry. Made like 5,000, 4,000 on each one. The first year, I was hungry. I did Uber Eats. That was a good one. I worked at a gas station pumping gas. I'll tell y'all more about the other jobs, but this one specifically was mainly valet. If you want a job with cash in your pocket every day, valet. You'll be working out in hospitals mainly. That's where I mainly worked. I started at the hospitals. For the company that I worked for, I guess they own all the parking garages at all the hospitals. They own a lot of parking garages. And it was a good company. I messed up. You live and you learn. I messed that up. So now I'm sitting here. Hopefully I can motivate y'all. If you got any questions, just hit me up in the email. You don't even have to comment nothing. But if you like the video, if you like any advice, if you like anything about this video, like it. And subscribe. I'm out. 3.